Welcome to day 73 of our school year. All right. Let's go ahead and get down our beginning fraction. I have a total of 180 school days. We're on day 73. So let's find the factors of our numerator. Our numerator is 73. Two factors we always know are 1 and the number itself. Using the commutative property of multiplication, I can also write it as 73 times 1. Now I'm going to go through my divisibility rules in order so I don't miss any possible factors. So in order after 1 is 2. The rule for 2 is that it ends in an even number. 3 is odd, so 2 is not a factor. Since 2 is not a factor, no even number will be, so all I have to do is check odd numbers now. Next odd number is 3, so the rule for 3 is that we add the digits together. 7 plus 3 is 10. 10 is not a multiple of 3, so 3 is not a factor. We try 5. The rule for 5 is that it ends in a 0 or 5. It ends in a 3, so 5 is not a factor. We try 7. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, 70, 77. 73 is not in that list, so 7 is not a factor. We try 9. We add the digits together. We get 10. 10 is not a multiple of 9, so 9 is not a factor. We try 11. 11, 22, 33, 44, 55, 66, 77. 73 is not in that list, so 11 is not a factor. I'm going to see if 73 may be prime. Yes, it is. It is circled on our prime number sieve. Since it is prime, that means it has exactly two factors, 1 and the number itself. So we just have to see if 73 works as a greatest common factor, and if not, then our greatest common factor is 1. So let's make our groups of 73. Make sure you keep your shaded separated from your unshaded and that there are 73 in each group. So here I have 7, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 67. Plus 3 is 70, plus 3 more is 73. I'm left with 34. So that means that 73 is not our greatest common factor. That leaves 1 as our greatest common factor. So let's go ahead and make our groups of 1. Done. How many total groups of 1 do we have? 180. How many are shaded in? 73. But let's go ahead and prove it with our algorithm. Dividing both by our greatest common factor. So 180 divided by 1, 73 divided by 1. So let's see, 100 times 1 is 100. Numbers the same, zeros a game. More on top, no need to stop. Numbers the same, zeros a game. 80 times 1 is 80. Numbers the same, zeros a game. Add our partial quotients. 100 plus 80 is 180. Now you may have already realized that 180 times 1 would have gotten you there sooner. I just want to show you that there's more than one way to get to that right answer. Use what you know until you get to nothing or something that's less than your divisor, and that's all we need to be able to do. So here, if I do 70 times 1, it's 70. More on top, no need to stop. Numbers the same, zeros a game. And then 3 times 1 is 3. Numbers the same, zeros a game. Add our partial quotients together. 70 plus 3 is 73. Again, you could have done 73 up here. Just want to show there's more than one right way to get to the answer. Let's still check. Divisor times quotient plus remainder. Divisor times quotient plus remainder. Since our remainder is 0 And the identity property of addition says when you add 0, it stays the same. I'm not going to add 0. But what I end up with here, and why they end up the same, is I have the identity property of multiplication. That says when you multiply by 1, it stays the same. One group of 0, one group of 8 tens, one group of 100. One group of 3, one group of 7 tens. 73 checks with our dividend up here. 180 checks with our dividend up here. So we end up with 73 over 180. Okay, let's go ahead and fill in our data collection page. We're in trimester 2, week 3. Today is 11/21/19, and our fraction for today is 73/180th. So 73 is a prime number. It is not a factor of 180. So that means our greatest common factor is 1. And when we do groups of 1, you don't have to get your number line out. But I do like to show you, right here is today's fraction. There's no lines underneath it because it is our simplest form, or our equivalent fraction in lowest terms. All right, so go ahead and erase your worksheet, and thank you for joining me.